This week we're going to be covering KARATENASTICS, and we're going to start off with our basic forward roll, and we're going to start off some basics, alright? So our basic position for a forward roll is a tuck position where you squat all the way down. Hands will be in the front. So step number one to a forward roll is we want to get a second part of the forward roll landing on your feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to tuck your chin in, and we're just going to practice a roll back. So we're going to roll back, and then we're going to come back on your feet. Okay, we're going to try it once again. So you're going to roll back, tuck your chin in, number one. Number two, what you want to do is you want to take your hands and you want to palm the floor. So you're going to roll back, palm the floor, and push yourself back up. Alright, so we're going to do that 10 times. Ready? And 1. And push. And 2. And push. And 3. Push. 4, push, 5, push, 6, push, almost there, 7, push, 8, push, 9, push, and this is it, really last one. Let's keep your best one, ready, and 10. Great job. Now, the first step into a forward roll is actually tucking in and rolling and connecting the first part and the second part together. Number one, we tuck. Step number two, you place your hands on the floor and tuck your chin all the way in. You're going to duck down, raise your butt up, and flip yourself over, landing into a nice forward roll. So let's do it once again. Hands in front of you. Step number one, touch the floor. 2, tuck your chin in. 3, lean your head forward, and flip yourself over. Great. Important part about a forward roll is not to ever touch the floor with your head. Alright, so you want to tuck it in really tight. So, as you roll, let's take a look at my head here. As you notice, my head never touched the floor. Practice that a couple times, and you're good to go. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to develop a good bridge. And the bridge, what the bridge does is it gets you ready for like a back handspring or a front handspring. So first I'll show you a bridge, and I'll show you a connection to the bridge. Step number one to a bridge is you lay back, plant your feet on the floor nice and wide apart. Step number two, you plant your hands on the floor to make a nice base. Elbows will be facing up, palms by your ears, palming the floor. You're going to get your hips up, and you're going to go into a bridge. Alright, now we're going to talk about connection, what the bridge is for. In KARATENASTICS week, so what we're going to do is we're going to practice some front handsprings. And the way the bridge connects to a front handspring is that's basically the second part of the front handspring. If you notice, I did a bridge before coming back. Alright, now I'm going to do a back handspring. That's another connection. It's a little, a little more difficult, but once you get it, it'll be great. I hope you saw the bridge there. Alright, so now we're going to try to build strength in our bridges. So as we go into the bridge, right, we plant the feet here, we plant our hands here, palms on the floor, you pick it up. Now from here, to make the bridge a little stronger, you want to get your foot up and maybe count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And down, let's switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get a little more strength, you can also do push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. Now we're going to build a little more strength. As you get advanced, you want to try a little, something more difficult. Challenge yourself. So we're going to do a bridge standing up. So we're going to get your hands straight up. Don't be afraid. You have to look back and look for the floor. So look for the floor. Up. Look for the floor here. And we're down. If you have more strength, you could actually get yourself back up. Keep practicing and you'll get there. Alright guys, we're back and we're trying to do handstands this time. The basic way to practice handstands, we're going to start off with the baby kicks. We're going to first go into our lunging position. It's like a forward bow stance. Getting your hands straight up, almost covering your ears. Step number 1 is placing your palms on the floor. Step number 2 is raising your foot up and doing a baby kick. That's called a baby kick, so you're not actually falling over. And rule number 1 in acrobatics, or handstands especially, never bend your elbows. Alright, so let's do it again. So we're in a lunging position, getting your hands back up. Step number 1, placing your hands on the floor, keeping those elbows locked, baby kick. And coming back into a lunging position. Let's do that 10 times together. Ready? Get into your lunging position. Get your hands straight up. Ready? And 1, baby kick. Come back, and 2. And 3. And 4. Arms straight. And 5. Looking good. Keep those legs straight as well. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Last one. And 10. Great job. Shake those arms out. Feel good, good. Now, when you're ready, open up your legs wide. Now we're going to work on some strength drills here. We're going to place your hands on the floor, keeping those elbows locked. We're going to work on the press, which will develop your arm strength. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your tip of toes and come back down. All right, like this. 1 and back. Let's do a couple of times, maybe 5 together. Ready? And 1. On your tip of toes. Keep those elbows locked, hands close to your feet. And 2. And 3. Palms flat on the floor. 4. Last one. And hold it up to 5 seconds. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, good job. Now we're going to work on your handstands. Alright, so we did the baby kicks. We did the basic press position, working on your handstands. Now we're actually going to kick it. Alright guys, so now we're going to actually practice the full handstands, which is the baby kicks, right? We developed our strength in handstands, keeping the arms straight and locked. So now we have, Sensei Mark is going to be my dad. So you guys have your mom or dad with you on the side. So your parents will get their arm out. So what I'm going to do is, as I kick when I do my baby kick, my foot is going to come all the way up here, where Sensei Mark is going to spot me by catching with the other arm. So, my hands are up, I'm in a lunging position. I'm placing my hands on the floor, keeping my arms straight, and I'm doing a baby kick, raising my foot up. And my feet will come together. That's where your parent will spot you. Make sure you guys always keep your arms locked. 1 foot down first, and we're back. Now it's very important to bring 1 foot down first so there are no injuries. Alright, let's do it again. So, step number 1, get your hands up. Step number 2, you're going to place your hands down and kick. Step number 3, bring your feet together. And step number 4 will be bringing 1 foot down first. 1, 2, 3, and 1 foot down, 4, and we are back. Now remember, in the beginning, you might start bending your elbows and you will fall. So try not to hold it for too long. Hold it for a second or 2. If you feel that you could do it longer, then you could do it for 10 seconds. You have to keep your feet together to make it look good. Keep your toes pointed to make it look good too. So let's try this once again. I'm going to show you once again where I keep my feet really tight. The tighter my body is, the more balance you will get. So, I'm going to my handstands. Feet together tight. And I can hold it there all day, as long as my feet are together tight. So let's do it together for 10. Here I come. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 foot down. Hands back up. You got it. All right, now we're going to do something a little more advanced. Now there will be no spotting. So now when you kick the handstands, you're going to try to catch a balance and balance yourself. If you need to take a step, 1 or 2, that's all right. But as long as you balance yourself, it'll be great. Rule number 1 in dropping, you don't want to fall at all. Okay? So make sure when you do your handstands, if you're feeling like you're going to fall, bring 1 foot down right away so you don't crash and hurt yourself. So let's try that. Lunging position, let's watch me first. I'm going to kick up. I'm going to try to balance myself, holding myself up. If I feel like I'm falling, 1 foot down, and then come back up. Alright? Now we're going to practice together. We're only going to hold it for 1 second together. Ready? Get your guards up. Hands up, and 1. Up, back down right away. Good. I felt like I was falling, so I dropped my 1 leg, and I landed safely. Let's do it again. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. Last time, we're going to hold it for 3 seconds together. Try your best. Ready? Here we go. And go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. 1 foot down. Hands back up. You did great. Guys, are we ready for a cartwheel? Let's do one. So the first step to a cartwheel, the easiest way to learn is to create a star here. So this is going to be a star. Alright, so first thing you want to practice is a star. And just swing arms side to side. Just like that. Good. To create that motion here. Now, step number 2 to the cartwheel is placing your both hands on the floor, and your hands must be on the same line. So this is my line here. I'm going to place them on the same line. Step number 3 is I'm going to take my back leg, I'm going to kick over, try to reach that line over there. Just like that. Very simple, very easy. We're going to try it again. Step number 1, we go into a star. Step number 2, we're placing your hands on the floor on the same line, right? Your back leg kicks over at an angle, lands on the same line as well. 1, 2, and we come back to a star position. Great. Let's do it once again, and then we're going to take it a little more advanced, to an advanced level. So hands up. Step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. Kick over. Great. Good. So if you get comfortable, as you get comfortable with this, you could practice more and kick it a little higher and higher. So as we do this, you go a little faster, kicking it a little higher. But remember, like handstands, keep your arms straight. 1, 2, 3. Great. Couple more. I'm going to go a little faster. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Now you're going to completely kick over your head. Alright, hands here. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to back it into a star position. Great job. Now we're going to learn how to work with a parent so your parent can spot you. Alright guys, we are back with a parent. Sensei Mark is going to be my dad here, so he's going to spot me. You can use a mom, uncle, sister, brother, whatever. So what we're going to do is he's going to try to spot me for a cartwheel. Step number 1 for a parent is if I'm on my right hand side, he wants to put his right hand on my left hip. Now as I go over, my parent is going to reach over and grab my other hip. So once I'm upside down, I'm safe. So when I come back, I'll be safe as well. So again, we are back to step number 1. Step number 1 for parents. As I do step number 2, parents will grab the other hip. That's their step number 2. That's my step number 2. Now step number 3, as I kick over, he's going to help me up. Boom. Great. Now let's go a little faster. Now parents, remember a safety tip. As I do my cartwheel, there's a big chance of getting kicked in the head. And it happened to me before. So make sure as you spot, keep your head back. Alright? Let's do it together. Hands up. And this is 1, 2, 3, and we're done. So, the more comfortable you get, parents, you could just use one hand at a time then. Just one hand. You don't need the other one as kids get comfortable with the cartwheel. And flip. There we go. Good job. I'll see you in class. Awesome job.